Hey guys, welcome back to Lily Victoria Creates. So happy you're here and you came across this video. Today's video is for college students and for young adults. So today I want to share with you why I'm in college. Back in, I believe, 2019, 2020, I was in Bible school and I was trying to figure out what was next for my life, where the Lord was leading me to go. And at that time, I really wanted to stay in California. I really wanted to possibly do a third year in the Bible school I was attending, but something inside of me knew that it was time to move on and go on to the next thing. And obviously that's the Holy Spirit. And the Lord led me to start thinking about college, and I was reminded of just dreams about becoming a teacher as a kid and things like that, but I never knew how it was going to work out because I never saw myself as this traditional teacher, and college was not in the books for me. Prior to graduating high school, college wasn't for me. I visited a few, tried to see which one would fit for me, and it just wasn't something I wanted to do ever or had this desire. If anything, school was the furthest thing I wanted to be from. So that brings us to 2020, and I'm deciding, Bible school's about to end and I need to have some sort of a plan of what's next. And I really felt like the Lord was leading me to go to college, and specifically UNC Charlotte. So I applied. Didn't know how I was gonna do that financially. It was all kind of stressful and up in the air, but because I was late to registration as well, it was all very, because most people apply almost a year in advance. So I got my exception letter when I moved back to North Carolina, and I was like, okay, so things are looking up. All right, we're going to college, God. I still don't know why, but I have somewhat of a desire of teaching, and I know this is where you're leading. And I actually had a meeting with my pastor from my Bible school, because they like to kind of catch up with you and see how the year is going and what you're deciding. Are you coming back for a third year? Are you going out? And when I was sharing with him, I feel led to go to, university, he was like, Lily, I don't tell a lot of students this, but that is where you need to go. I can see that for your life, and I think that's something you need to go towards. So I just had that encouragement I needed to press forward and go to college. And I also remember having a dream around that time. The Lord showed me the campus and what it looked like before I even went to the campus. You know what I mean? So when I moved back to North Carolina, I already had a cousin that was going there, and I said, hey, can you just take me on a tour? I want to see what it looks like, everything like that. So as she's walking me around the school, I'm blown away, because it literally looks like the school in my dream. And I was like, God, you clearly need me to be here right now. I still don't know why, but this is where you're leading me. So basically, after I toured the school, I was like, okay, you know what, God, I'm listening. I feel led to be here. Let your will be done, basically. And I didn't know how that was all going to work out financially, and I had a lot of stress because I didn't have financial aid. I needed to somehow pay school by myself, so that was the whole thing. But the Lord provided and came through, and it really took a lot of obedience and trust to even be there. This was, the COVID year. I started college the COVID year, so everything, switched to online. And I think I had one class in my fall semester of 2020 that was in person barely. So it was hard to stay engaged when life was so chaotic. We're still doing school, but it was online and on Zoom, and it was hard to make connections and all these different things. So in that year, I kind of was just wrestling constantly, and I was like, God, why am I even here? Why did you lead me here? What do you even want me to do here? And I really, there was no answer. It was still up in the air, and I was just like, God, I know you're good. I've seen you do so many things in my life, and if there's something you ask me to do, you always come through. So I'm gonna remain obedient. And I met some friends that year as well, so I was starting to somewhat get plugged in, and I joined a ministry group, and it was also online. So I was slowly making a way into UNC Charlotte and just creating community and being around community. And that leads me to my second year, fall of 2021, and there's this new group called Ignite. And it was actually interesting because it was a part of, the pastor was a part of my church, and he used to run the young adults, so it was kind of familiar but still very new to me. And one of my really good friends was involved on their leadership team, so I started coming on Sundays. And after that, just my heart started to get like burdened for souls and for just Christ to be made known on my campus. And there was more of this excitement, yet there was still such a pull from like, I don't know why I'm here. I don't even know if I want to be in college. I don't know if it's like the degree or all this stuff. That brings us to spring of 2022. And I was like, God, I'm gonna use this semester for you. I want to make friends with people in my class. I want to be a light. And I wouldn't say I really did those things, being honest here. But my heart was starting to change and my posture for being at school was changing. Because before it was like, I just have to obey. And it wasn't out of this like desire to do what the Lord asked of me. It was more like, I feel like I have to do this, and that's not the Lord. That's not what He invites us into. So basically, I was just constantly fighting myself. I'm like, I don't even know how to talk about the gospel. And I'm like, I love the Lord, but why am I not willing to talk about it? And it was just this constant wrestle back and forth. And I knew something needed to change. And I was like, God, I need to know why I'm here, like, please. And I even started like thinking about quitting. I mean, every semester, honestly, I was like, I might quit. But no, the Lord kept me where I needed to be. And I was able to take a trip to Poland to help with the Ukrainian refugees in April of my spring semester. Like, my professors all worked it out with me, and because I was missing 2 weeks, so I was able to go. And during that time, I just like fell in love with working with the kids. And my heart really started to break for the fact that they're out of school. Who knows when they're gonna go back to school, what's gonna become of their schooling now that they're away from their homes. And the Lord just really started to burden my heart for this. And I was like, God, like, I wanna finish school. I wanna actually get this teaching degree. If this means I get to come back and teach these kids, whatever it is, like, Lord, I wanna be here. And after that, also, He started to like grip my heart for students my age. Just like, Lily, like, college years, your young adult years are the time to be grounded, is the time to build the foundations of your life and your belief systems. And I'm a Christian. I follow the Lord. So my foundation is going to be built upon the gospel and the Bible and His word and how I spend time with the Lord and all of those things. So the Lord was just like, really like, these are your 20s. This is the time for building. And I was like, you're right, God. Like, this, I don't know about you guys, but I've heard so many people my age be like, the 20s are for wasting time and doing whatever you want, because when you're 30, you're going to have to grow up and be old and all this stuff. And it's like, no, please stop. Please don't live life like that. 20s are crucial and important for what the Lord's going to do with you in the future. And I want to encourage all of you college students, all of you young adults that are watching this, please stop getting like weary in doing good and doing what the Lord asks of you. Like, He is building you up for the things that He has for you and for generations to come. And it starts now. So I just wanted to just share my story about why I'm in college. For those of you who are in college, like, ask yourself why. Why are you doing this? Who are you doing this for? And let the Lord guide you through that, because these years are not meant to be wasted. And, just do kind of whatever we want. And if you are a believer, like, oh, please join community on your campus. Get involved. Preach the gospel. Be a friend to those who need a friend. Be a light. That's something that I am definitely striving towards this coming semester as I'm preparing for school. Just my heart is just, it's so burdened, and like, I just want to see the glory of the Lord come to my campus specifically, and I want to see people's lives changed, healed, and more than anything, people set free because they know that they have God who loves them more than anything. So here's my video. I'm telling you that I'm sold out for Jesus and nothing else matters, and that this is the most important thing, is preaching the gospel and letting the Lord be known in all things, all environments. And for you young adults who aren't in college, find a church who has a young adult group. Start a small group. Get your community connected. We need each other to grow, and we need each other to encourage each other to just keep going. So I just hope that this helps give somewhat of a direction that my story would only be the beginning of your story, or maybe you find yourself like me, not knowing why you're in school. The Lord has a reason and a purpose, and He's got it. He's got all of it. So I bless you guys. Thanks for watching. So happy you came across this page. And more than anything, go be the light.